If you're over 50, your hips and circulation may already be changing and you might not even realize it. Most people think it's just part of aging, but very often it's something much simpler and something you can actually improve. Before we begin, let's do a quick test together. This will only take a few seconds, but it can tell you a lot about how your body's doing right now. Be honest with yourself. Do you sit for more than 4 to 6 hours a day? Do your hips feel stiff when you stand up after sitting? Do your legs feel heavy or tired by the end of the day? Do you ever feel tightness in your lower back or groin? Do you avoid walking long distances because it feels uncomfortable? Give yourself 1 point for each yes. Now just take a quiet moment. How did you do? If you feel comfortable, you can share your score in the comments. Many people are surprised when they see their number, and you may find others feeling the same way you do. Now, let's take a look at your score. 0 or 1. Your hips and circulation are in a good place. Keep it that way. 2 or 3. Early signs of stiffness and reduced circulation may be starting. 4 or 5. Your body may already be feeling the effects of too much sitting and not enough movement. And here's something important to remember. The higher your score, the more your body is asking for change. This isn't something to fear. It's simply a signal, because your body, even in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, still has an incredible ability to adapt, recover, and improve. And today, I'm going to show you 5 gentle exercises that can help you do exactly that. So what's really going on here? Why do so many people over 50 start to feel stiff in their hips or notice that their legs feel heavier than they used to? It's not just aging. In fact, one of the biggest reasons is something we do every single day without even thinking about it. Sitting. When we sit for long periods of time, especially for hours each day, we gently compress the pathways that allow blood to flow freely through the hips and legs. Over time, this can lead to reduced circulation, tightening of the muscles around the hips, and less movement in the joints themselves. Research from organizations like the Harvard Medical School and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has shown that prolonged sitting is associated with decreased blood flow, reduced mobility, and a higher risk of stiffness and discomfort as we age. But here's the encouraging part. This process is not permanent. Your body responds incredibly well to gentle, consistent movement. Even small, simple exercises can help stimulate circulation, loosen tight muscles, and bring life back into the hips and lower body. You don't need to run, you don't need a gym, and you don't need to push yourself to the point of pain. What your body needs is the right kind of movement. So today, I'm going to guide you through 5 gentle exercises designed specifically to improve hip mobility and circulation. Each one is simple, each one is safe, and each one builds on the next. And I want you to stay with me until the final exercise, because that last movement is often the one people overlook, yet it can make the biggest difference in how your hips feel when you walk, stand, and even when you rest at the end of the day. Let's begin. Exercise 1. Glute walk, walking on buttocks. Let's begin with a movement that may look simple, even a little unusual at first, but it's incredibly effective. This is called the glute walk, or walking on your buttocks. As we age, one of the biggest challenges isn't just muscle weakness, it's reduced circulation in the pelvic and hip area. When blood flow slows down, tissues receive less oxygen, joints feel stiffer, and movement becomes more difficult. This exercise directly targets that issue. By shifting your weight from one hip to the other, you gently stimulate circulation through the pelvic region, helping blood move more freely into the hips and upper legs. Studies in movement science have shown that even low-intensity, rhythmic motion can significantly improve blood flow and joint lubrication, especially in areas affected by prolonged sitting. This movement also activates the deep muscles of the core and hips, which play an important role in balance, posture, and stability. For many people over 50, this is one of the safest ways to wake up the hips without putting stress on the joints. How to do it? Let's get into position. Sit down on the floor or on a comfortable mat. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Now, sit up tall. Imagine a gentle string lifting the top of your head toward the ceiling. Keep your back straight, but relaxed. Your knees should stay soft, not locked. Extend your arms forward for balance, or place them gently by your sides if that feels more comfortable. Now we begin the movement. Lift your right hip slightly and move it forward. Then lift your left hip and follow. 1, 2, 1, 2. You are not using your feet to push the movement, comes from your hips. Your heels can lightly slide along the floor. Take small, controlled steps forward for a few seconds, then slowly reverse the movement, walking backward in the same way. Keep breathing naturally. Do not hold your breath. If sitting upright feels difficult, you can place your hands on the floor beside you for support. This will reduce strain on your lower back. Continue for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. You may start to feel warmth in your hips or lower abdomen. That's a good sign that circulation is improving. Remember, no sharp pain. Gentle effort is all you need. Exercise 2. Sumo stretch, gentle inner thigh opening. Now let's move into a gentle stretch that targets an area many people overlook, the inner thighs. These muscles, known as the adductors, play an important role in supporting the hips and pelvis. But as we spend more time sitting, especially with our legs close together, these muscles tend to become tight and shortened. Over time, this tightness can pull on the pelvis and contribute to discomfort in the lower back, hips, and even the knees. This exercise helps gently open that area. By moving in and out of a supported stretch, you're not just lengthening the muscles, you're also encouraging fresh blood flow into the hips and groin. Research in mobility and aging has shown that dynamic stretching, where you gently move in and out of a position, can be more effective for circulation than simply holding a stretch. It acts like a pump, helping move fluids through the tissues and reducing that feeling of stiffness. This is especially helpful if you often feel tight when standing up, or if your hips feel restricted during walking. How to do it? Let's start in a standing position. Place your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Turn your toes out just a little, whatever feels natural for your hips. Stand tall, with your chest open and your shoulders relaxed. Now, gently shift your weight from side to side a few times, just to get comfortable in this position. Next, place your hands on your thighs for support. Slowly begin to bend your knees, lowering your body just a little, not too deep. Think of it as a gentle dip, not a full squat. As you lower, slide your hands slightly down your thighs so your arms can support some of your weight. This helps protect your lower back. Once you're in that comfortable lowered position, begin small, gentle pulses, just a few centimeters up and down, slow and controlled. You should feel a stretch along the inner thighs, but no pain. After a few pulses, press through your heels and slowly rise back up to standing. Take your time, no sudden movements. If this feels too challenging, simply keep your feet closer together and make the movement smaller. Repeat this 4 to 5 times. Breathe naturally throughout. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you rise. This is about opening the body, not forcing it. Exercise 3. Pendulum gentle hip decompression. This next movement is one of my favorites, especially for anyone who feels like their hips are tight, compressed, or stuck. It's called the pendulum. As we age, and especially if we sit often, the hip joint can become compressed. The head of the thigh bone sits tightly in the socket, and over time, this can reduce mobility and create discomfort. This exercise gently reverses that effect. By allowing the leg to swing freely with gravity, you create a subtle traction effect, a light pulling sensation that helps create space in the hip joint. This can improve joint comfort and allow better movement over time. Research in physical therapy has shown that gentle, repetitive motion, especially when combined with relaxation, can help reduce joint stiffness and improve range of motion. The key here is not force, but release. This movement also encourages circulation around the hip joint, which is essential for maintaining healthy cartilage and reducing that heavy feeling in the legs. It's simple, but incredibly effective when done correctly. How to do it? Let's set this up carefully. Stand next to a wall or a sturdy surface for balance. Place one hand on the wall. Now, Choose one leg to be your supporting leg, the one you'll stand on. This should be the leg that is slightly farther away from the wall. If you can, place something under that foot like a folded towel or wear a thicker shoe just to create a small height difference. Now, your other leg, the one closer to the wall, should hang freely. It should not touch the ground. Stand tall, with your posture upright but relaxed. Now here's the movement. Gently lift your free leg forward, bringing your knee up as high as feels comfortable. Then let it drop, not slowly, but naturally. Let gravity do the work. Your leg should feel loose, like it's swinging on its own. Lift and release. Lift and drop. You're not controlling the way down, that's the important part. Keep your foot, your calf, and your hip relaxed. Repeat this about 10 times. If you feel any sharp pain, reduce the height of the lift or stop, then switch sides and repeat. Take your time. This is about creating space, not forcing movement. Exercise 4. Towel squeeze inner thigh and pelvic support. Now let's move into a simple but very powerful exercise, one that many people underestimate. This is the towel squeeze. As we get older, the muscles along the inner thighs, called the adductors, often become weaker. These muscles are closely connected to the hips, knees, and even the pelvic floor. When they lose strength, it can affect balance, stability, and how supported your hips feel during daily movements like standing, walking, or getting out of a chair. This exercise helps gently rebuild that support by activating the inner thighs in a controlled way. You also stimulate the muscles of the pelvic floor, which play an important role in bladder control and overall core stability. Clinical studies in rehabilitation have shown that simple isometric contractions, where muscles are gently engaged and held, can improve strength and coordination, especially in older adults. It also promotes better circulation in the inner thigh and pelvic region. The beauty of this exercise is that it's safe, low impact, and can even be done while sitting comfortably. How to do it? Let's get set up. Sit on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Try to sit slightly forward, away from the backrest, so your body stays gently upright. Take a towel and roll it into a firm cylinder, thick enough so you can feel it between your knees. Place the towel between your knees. Now relax your shoulders. Keep your back straight, but not stiff, and place your hands comfortably on your thighs. Here's the movement. Gently squeeze the towel using your knees. Hold that squeeze for about 2 seconds, then slowly relax for 2 seconds. Squeeze and release, slow and controlled. You should feel the inner thighs working, but not straining. Remember to breathe. A simple rhythm can help. Exhale as you squeeze, inhale as you relax. Let's aim for about 10 repetitions. If you're just starting, go gently. These muscles may not be used to working, and that's okay. If you feel any cramping, stop, relax, and give the muscles a moment. You can do 1 to 2 sets, depending on how you feel. This is not about force, it's about reconnecting with the muscles and building support over time. Exercise 5. Figure 4, stretch deep hip release. This final exercise may look simple, but it's often the one that makes the biggest difference. It targets a deep muscle in the hip called the piriformis, a muscle that can become tight over time, especially with prolonged sitting. When this area tightens, it can restrict movement in the hip joint, reduce circulation, and contribute to that heavy, stiff feeling in the legs. By gently stretching this muscle, you help release tension deep within the hip. This allows blood to flow more freely into the joint and surrounding tissues, which can improve comfort when walking, standing, and even sitting. Research in physical therapy has shown that stretching the hip rotators can improve mobility and reduce discomfort associated with tightness in the lower body. This movement also encourages relaxation in the nervous system. And that's important because when the body feels safe and relaxed, muscles are more willing to let go of tension. For many people over 50, this is the missing piece, not more effort, but more release. How to do it? Let's take this to the floor or your bed. If that feels more comfortable, Lie down on your back. If you're on the floor, you can place your feet against a wall. If you're on a bed, use a headboard or simply keep your feet flat. Now bend both knees. Place your left foot flat, keeping your knee bent. Then take your right ankle and place it gently across your left thigh, just above the knee. Your legs should now form a shape like the number 4. Now, reach your hands behind your left thigh or around it and gently pull your legs toward your chest. Only as far as feels comfortable. You should feel a deep stretch in your right hip and buttock. Now pause here. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. Breathe slowly. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Hold this position for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. If it feels good, you can add a very small, gentle rocking motion side to side. Then slowly release, uncross your legs, and switch sides. Move slowly as you come out of the position, no sudden movements. This is your moment to let the body soften and reset. Now take a moment and remember your score from the beginning. The number you gave yourself just a few minutes ago. That number wasn't there to judge you, it was there to guide you. If your score was on the higher side, then what you just did today is exactly what your body has been asking for. And if your score was lower, that's something to be grateful for, because it means you still have a strong foundation to build on. Either way, this is where change begins. Not with intensity, not with pushing harder, but with simple, consistent movement like what you just practiced. Now let's talk about how to move forward from here. Because the goal is not to do everything perfectly today. The goal is to build your body back step by step. Week 1. Start gently. Do each exercise once. Focus on learning the movements and staying relaxed. Week 2. If your body feels comfortable, you can begin to increase slightly either by adding a few more repetitions or a second round. Week 3. Now your body is starting to adapt. Movements may feel smoother, and stiffness may begin to ease. Continue at a steady, comfortable pace. And this part is very important. Do not rush this process. You are not trying to force results. You are allowing your body to rebuild from the inside out. Before we finish, I want to share 3 simple principles that can make all the difference in how effective these exercises are. 1. No pain rule. You should never feel sharp or intense pain during these movements. A gentle stretch or mild effort is okay, but pain is a signal to stop, not to push through. 2. Consistency over intensity. Doing these exercises for 10 minutes a day is far more beneficial than doing a long, intense session once in a while. Your body responds best to regular, gentle movement. 3. Don't forget to breathe. Many people hold their breath without realizing it. Try to stay relaxed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing helps your muscles release tension and supports better circulation throughout your body. If you keep these 3 principles in mind, you're not just exercising, you're taking care of your body in a safe and sustainable way. Now here's something I'd love for you to try. For the next 2 to 3 weeks, practice these 5 exercises regularly. You don't have to do them perfectly. You don't have to push yourself. Just show up and move gently. And then after those 2 to 3 weeks, come back to this video and take that same test again. See how your body feels. Because in many cases, people begin to notice small changes even before they measure them. You may feel a little lighter when you walk a little less stiff, when you stand a little more comfortable at the end of the day. Those small changes matter. They are signs that your body is responding. Before we finish, just a gentle reminder. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. If you have any existing medical conditions, severe pain, or concerns about your joints or mobility, please consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional before starting any new exercise routine. Always listen to your body, and if something doesn't feel right, it's okay to stop. Your body has carried you through many years of life, through work, family, challenges, and experiences that shaped who you are today. And even now, it's still capable of adapting, healing, and getting stronger. All it needs is a little care, a little patience, and a willingness to keep moving. Be kind to your body. You don't need to rush. You just need to begin. If you found this helpful, please consider giving this video a like. It helps more people discover it. You can also share it with a friend, a parent, or someone you care about who might benefit from these simple movements. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel for gentle, practical guidance to support your health as you age. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.